And he demonstrates in elaborate detail that one thing that God would do if God inspired the Bible or wrote it or whatever is that he would make sure that his message was clear. He'd make sure that you got it like this. These are the morals. This is what's moral. This is what's right and wrong. This is what I want from you. This is what's going to happen. But he's not. He's massively confusing text. In fact, it's so confusing it leads to massive confusion among Christian churches who actually killed each other over these. One of the classic examples is, can I have sex slaves or not? Actually, the Bible is consistent on this. You can. There really is no passage in the Bible that says you can't, frankly. And there are 3 passages in the Bible that explicitly declare that you can and give specific instructions on how to manage your sex slaves. So the Bible's not God's word. Part 3 is why the Christian God is not perfectly good. So let's say you say, well, okay, maybe the Bible is full of a lot of errors and stuff, or it's all metaphorical or something. And so we can't really know for sure whether it's God's word, but at least God is perfectly good. Well, there are 2 arguments against that. The first is that the God that's depicted in the Bible, the character of Yahweh, is a moral monster. And Hector Avalos has a great chapter showing that Yahweh, as depicted in the Old Testament, is just as big of a douchebag and asshole as all the other gods around him among the Sumerians and Babylonians and so forth. I mean, he's the same jerk, basically. Does the same things, says the same things that you would recognize as basically, not the kind of guy that you would respect or worship, and as Hector Avalos calls it, a moral monster, which is the polite way of putting it. There was actually a guy by the name of Paul Copan who actually said, no, God did all those things, but they're not